Well, welcome everyone. Thomas Montgomery here with IIMFL. We are the Institute for Improved Minority Financial Literacy, and you should be looking at our website here on your page. We are a nonprofit organization committed to narrowing the racial wealth gap by teaching financial literacy, improving credit scores, and facilitating the development of minority-owned small businesses. We have a board of directors that is about 70 strong, composed of many of our financial literacy educators across the country. The model was built off of the SBA model. Myself and the other co-founders all worked for the SBA. We worked through small business development centers. We had the opportunity to help hundreds or really thousands of small businesses and to help them develop business plans and strategies and raise tens of millions of dollars. So here, what we're going to focus on today is accessing capital, and we do that through our Entrepreneurship Program. So again, here on iimfl.org, you can come to this website at your convenience, learn more about the different financial literacy topics that we address. We have our financial literacy educators who actually teach these courses in person and online to three distinct populations: young people, adults, and small businesses. We're always looking for additional financial literacy educators to go out and help teach and coach. You can learn more about the packages of education that we offer. All are free to the consumers, and some additional YouTube videos. But today, our focus is talking about accessing capital and how we can help you do that through the Entrepreneurship Program. As stated here on the page, if you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs. And our Entrepreneurship Program creates the foundation to launch small businesses into profitability, as life is too short to be working for someone else's dream. I used to be a college professor, a full-time college professor, teaching business courses, and we taught in the curriculum that the number one goal of a business is profitability. Now, if you're a nonprofit like we are, that's a little bit different. But in general, as we're working with entrepreneurs, profit is the number one goal. Because if you don't have profit, you probably won't be able to sustain yourself, and you won't be able to accomplish any of your other goals. So even if you're wanting to create a better community, help your employees, or whatever other altruistic objectives that you have, if we don't have profitability, we won't be around to accomplish any of those. And that's what we're going to help you do, is help you establish and grow a profitable business. The program is grant subsidized, but it's not free. And it's not free by design. We believe that there is a benefit of having a little bit of skin in the game. It's only $99 to participate. So don't worry about cost. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but it's an incredible value. Our four-prong approach is to provide practical education. It's to build a business plan for you. It is to help you protect and grow your wealth, and to access capital if that is important to you. We do this through a 4-week curriculum. Let's go ahead and break down how that's set up. And the program is $99 a week, or a lot of folks will pay that in advance. You might say, well, if you're a nonprofit, why isn't it free? Well, we already talked about if you don't have positive cash flow, then you can't sustain yourself. We have our financial literacy educators that are going to be working with you throughout this process. And while they're very generous and they volunteer a lot of their time, we can't build a model where they're not able to sustain themselves. All right, so in week 1, once you've enrolled in the IIMFL Entrepreneurship Program, we're going to begin working immediately on a lender-compliant business plan with financial projections. We use a cloud-based platform for that, so you can access it, we can access it, we can work on it together. We say it's lender-compliant just to clarify that it's the real deal. It's not just a business plan template. It is literally what you would need if you were looking for capital, and that capital could come from 3 places. Capital can come from loans, money that you borrow with the promise to pay back, called debt. Capital can come from equity, which is investors. You can invest in your own business or others could invest in your business. And then the third scenario for accessing capital is through positive cash flow. And so by generating more income than your expenses, you may elect to reinvest some of that capital back to grow. What we're doing here is literally going to accomplish all three of those, because statistics have consistently shown small businesses that have properly developed business plans and financial projections are much more likely to be successful, to become profitable, and to be able to sustain themselves. So this process that we're going through will be effective if what you're looking to do is to get an SBA or another type of business loan. It'll be effective and relevant if we're trying to attract investors, and it's certainly and always applicable to helping you have a more profitable enterprise. Now, I could have added a lot more content here to the website, but the bottom line is we're going to help you put together a pitch sheet, an executive summary, an opportunity description, which identifies the problem that the marketplace has, what your solution to that is, why your business is needed. We're going to fine tune who our target market is. We're going to create a competitive analysis. We're going to have an execution section where we look at your marketing plan, your sales plan, your operations plan. We'll put in key milestones when we think certain things will happen, kind of a to-do list and a timeline to accomplish those. We'll have a company information section that has our marketing plan, company information has our ownership, our management team, our advisors. We will put together a detailed financial plan month by month, looking 36 months out, looking at key assumptions, revenue, expenses, profitability. We're going to identify how much money that we need from sources to accomplish this, whether it be, again, debt, equity, or profit reinvestment. And we're going to identify sources of funds. Where's that money going to come from? We're going to incorporate in financial statements that include an income statement, a balance sheet, and a cash flow statement. We're going to do industry-specific benchmarking, because in this week one, we don't want to just say, oh, I think that we'll have a 56% profit margin, and then when the rest of our industry is at half of that. Because if we aren't realistic and consistent with industry benchmarks, we either better have a really good explanation of what we're going to do so much different and better to be that much more profitable, or it's really false expectations. It's out of line with the rest of the marketplace. So don't feel intimidated. That's a lot that I just went through, but that's what the model is built to do. So even if you don't know how to do that, you don't have a lot of that information, we have step-by-step guidance to assist you in putting that together. So that is what's going to get started right away and go through week one. In week two, you're going to be working with your financial literacy educator, who is going to be helping you put together a optimized personal financial statement, or a PFS for short. That is essentially the standardized approach to determining your net worth. And again, regardless of what it is, but what we can do is help you legally and ethically create an optimized personal financial statement so your net worth looks as strong as possible. We're also going to help you optimize your credit profiles, and credit falls into two categories: personal credit and business credit. Our favorite is business credit. Business credit falls under the EIN of the business, and in many cases, business credit does not even require personal guarantees. So it's where you're getting extensions of credit, access to capital under the EIN without impact of your personal credit score and without personal guarantees. So that's what we're going to be working on with you in week two. Week three, again, your financial literacy educator is going to sit down and conduct a financial needs analysis, an F&A. We're going to look at you holistically, because it's not just you as a business owner, it's also you as a person, maybe as a family member, as a spouse, as a relative. We're going to look at you in a holistic fashion, understand your short and long-term goals, and then make sure that we have a plan that's holistic in nature to reach those goals. And then we get to the fourth and the final week of the 4-week sequence, and this is where we're going to be creating a capital match. Now, you may not be looking for additional capital for your business, and we talked about that capital could come from one of 3 different areas: debt, equity, or excess cash flow. But regardless, if you are wanting and needing additional capital to reach your potential, which most small businesses do, we're going to be able to take this data set of what's been collected and created through this process to be able to offer very targeted recommendations of where that capital should come from. One of the greatest misnomers that we see is that many small business owners will think that there's like one source of capital, and do I meet that criteria or not, and what's that capital going to cost, what's the interest rate going to be, and so forth. But the truth is there's nearly an infinite number of different sources of capital, so we need to look at what ingredients you have to select the right recipe for accessing capital. There's 2 main reasons most small businesses don't access capital that they want and need. Number 1, they often don't know what the right type of capital is based upon their mitigating circumstances. And secondly, they often don't meet the underwriting criteria. That's what we're addressing here in week 4. In summary, as I mentioned, throughout this 30-day process, you'll be working closely with one of our financial literacy educators, all of which have gone through a rigorous background check. They have a real passion, a real commitment, a real desire to help you. There's an educational curriculum that they'll be offering at no cost for you to participate in, either webinar-based or in person, that complements each of these topics. So we're going to teach you about these topic matters, and then they're going to be really your conduit to help you implement, so we result in stronger positioning for reaching your potential. So if you'd like to move forward with this, you can simply go again to the IIMFL.org website, click on the Entrepreneurship Program, and then here at the bottom there's an inquiry form. And so, to no surprise, you can put in your contact information and then even turn around and contact, or you can contact the referral source that had alerted you of our program, and they can help you get set up as well. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording. I look forward to having a chance to visit with you individually and working with you through our entrepreneurship program. Thank you.